Hello, everyone. So, a little part two on Bernie on Joe Rogan, Bernie Sanders on Joe Rogan. So, as we know, of course, Bernie Sanders is misunderstood. He's a socialist and he's a dictator. He's gonna, he wants to give everything away. I mean, just such horse shit. All right, so I'm just gonna play the very beginning of Joe Rogan, the first couple of minutes. All right, so he's gonna clear this up. All right, watch. Hold on. I had it queued up. Ready?
And we're live.
Let me turn
Hello,
it this
Bernie.
way.
How are you, Joe?
Wonderful. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's exciting to have you here, man. And it's obviously an exciting time for you. Presidential campaign is up in full swing. Do you get frustrated by the time constraints of the debates?
Absolutely. You shouldn't even call them a debate. What they are is a reality TV show in which you have to come up with a soundbite and all that stuff. It is the meaning. It's the meaning to the candidates.
Yep.
It's the meaning to the American
Only
people.
Trump likes it.
The complexity of healthcare. 45 seconds. Nobody can.
But why is it still done that way? You to try to let's pull this thing. Bring it right there. There you go.
I think the DNC is in a difficult position. They have 20 plus candidates and they want to give everybody a fair shot, which is the right thing to do. And then if you're going to have 10 candidates up on the stage, what do you do? But there are other ways that we've got to do it because the issues facing this country are so enormous and in some cases so complicated. Nobody in the world can honestly explain them in 45 seconds. And then what encourages people to do is to come up with sound.
You have to read, people. That's what I say.
On the show, I took my clothes off. We get a lot of publicity, right? But if you give a thoughtful answer to a complicated question, it's not so sexy for the media.
Yep.
You don't even have a chance to give a thoughtful answer. Like Tulsi Gabbard went after Kamala Harris, and then Kamala Harris had about 12 seconds to reply to it. It was so ridiculous to have something that's such an important issue. Like, did you or did you not put all those people in jail for marijuana? Did you laugh about it? Did this happen? Did that happen? All these different things. Was evidence withheld?
Right.
These are long conversations.
But it takes us to another issue. And that as a nation, we do a pretty bad job in analyzing and discussing the serious issues facing our country. And I hold the media to some degree responsible for that. Other countries, what they do is that, hey, Joe, you want to run for president? I'll tell you what, with your party in the general election, we're going to give you a certain amount of time, hours, on television. And you use those hours anyway.
It's the only way
you want a 15-minute discourse. You remember Ross Perot?
Yes.
And people used
Everything
to laugh
Bernie
at Ross
says
Perot
makes sense. I'll shut up.
Because he used to get up there with a chart and all this stuff. And the media made fun of him. But in fact, he tried in his own way to explain his point of view to the American people. And we need serious discussion on serious issues.
Well, he had because he was so rich, he had the ability to buy airtime on network television, which is pretty unprecedented. He just bought a chunk of airtime and then pled his case.
But you know what goes on in other countries? You don't have to buy that time. What the obligation is, if you are a network, you're going to make that time free and available to candidates.
Do you think that that's something that could be viable in America? I mean, could you convince CBS and NBC and ABC to go along with something like that?
No, you couldn't convince them. You'd have to pass legislation to make that happen.
But everyone's online today. The entire country is essentially getting email and Facebook and all that jazz. Like, why bother doing it in this particular medium that has an inherent time constraint?
Well, you're right. I mean, the internet has revolutionized politics in many ways, good ways. We use our social media, our email list, which is very large. Every day we're sending out stuff, and other candidates are doing it the same way. But television still has a very important role to be playing.
I'm sure it does, but I mean, the ability to discuss things in long form, like you can do online, like you can do right here, right now.
Right.
You can't get that on television.
Well, you could. I mean, if you had... Sure,
they would have to interrupt you every 15 minutes or so.
No. What I'm saying about is in what goes on in other countries. If I'm not mistaken, don't hold me to this. I think in the UK, you're a member of the Labour Party, you're a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Here's 30 minutes of time, and you do with it as you want. You want to speak 30 minutes on healthcare, whatever it may be, you can do that.
Really?
Yeah.
And they don't interrupt with commercials?
No. That's the law that they have given. This is the candidate's opportunity to speak at length to the people of the country.
What are, what are the misconceptions of you? Because here's
Here it
here's
is.
the,
I want you to hear this.
If you go to the knee-jerk
People watching
conservative reaction,
Yep.
you talk to people who are not interested in anyone that wants to be a democratic socialist. They hear the name Bernie Sanders. The negative implications are that you are somehow or another going to take their money. Right? Is that annoying to you?
Yes, it is. Of course it is. And also that I'm Mr. Maduro, I'm a dictator, I love dictatorships and all that stuff. And the truth is, Joe, that if you look at the issues that I campaign on and what I believe on, they are really not terribly radical. They exist in
Exactly.
many countries all over the world.
Yes.
For example, we can start on healthcare if you'd like.
Yes.
Is the idea that healthcare is a human right, not a privilege, a radical idea?
I don't think it is.
I know.
And the truth is, we are the only major country on earth. Many
Yep.
people don't know this. We're the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people
Yep.
as a human right. And yet we end up spending almost twice as much per capita on health care. The function,
See
you
that?
can argue with me if you want, but the function of the current healthcare system is not to provide quality care to all. It is to make tens of billions of dollars in profit for the drug companies and the insurance companies. That's the function.
Yeah.
If you go to Canada, and I live 50 miles away from the Canadian border, you have major heart surgery. You're in the hospital for a month. Do you know what the bill is when you get out?
Zero.
You got it. You go to any doctor you want. You don't have to take out your wallet. And yet they guarantee health care to all of their people, and they spend one half of what we spend. That's kind of what I want to do. And I don't think that that's terribly radical. We have a program now, which everybody knows. It's called Medicare. It was started by Lyndon Johnson back in 1965.
Okay,
It is
I'm going
a
to pause this here.
popular program.
I mean, I could
All
listen
that
to
I
this
want
all day,
do
but
over a 4-year period is to expand it. Today, eligibility age is 65. I want to take it down to 55, 45, 35, everybody over a 4-year period. That's about it. And I want to expand benefits to include dental care, hearing aids, and eyeglasses
just finish
as
this.
well. That's about it. Not too radical.
That doesn't sound radical at all. Now, when you say
Exactly.
that they
Okay, let me
that
pause
Canada
this now.
spends less, obviously they have less people. You mean like
I think I've been getting tweets and stuff or whatever, the dings, and it's affecting the audio. And I hope that person, I don't know, I couldn't even see who was binging me. But okay, just go, people, just watch the Bernie Sanders. It's an hour, and you'll learn a lot. Okay.